Apple just announced its major design update. Everything from Siri AI to an integration with Figma, which is a big deal, and a bunch of new design trends and elements developers and designers will start using. So here's everything you need to know. The first one is the liquid glass tweaking option. Apple will now allow users to tweak the amount of liquid glass effect that is added to the UI elements. More transparent, or you can switch to the more frosted glass or the translucent theme. These will be incorporated into all applications by default, so developers and designers don't have to worry about this. They are now going to push an expansive navbar system. On macOS, for example, you will be able to push a carousel, and the carousel will hide behind navigation elements as if there's an entire canvas behind it, which is a very unique touch, something that we don't get to see with everyday applications. This adds to the immersion as well as the experience of the whole UI. Another big update is with the app icons. Now, app icons will include elements of liquid glass along with a lot more depth effect added to the icons. That means the icons will look more three-dimensional, and a lot of apps also have this half blur, half glass kind of icons that look really cool. This is something very similar to what we saw with Google's new icon updates, where you could see a lot of gradient as well as glass, frosted glass effect being used. This is kind of similar to that in principle, and it looks amazing. Another major design update is with this Siri animation, or this new glass effect that we get to see with AI elements as well as dynamic island elements. A half black gradient fading into this glass, clear glass effect at the bottom kind of makes the experience feel more immersive, especially with the dynamic island on top. So this dynamic island gets hidden behind the glass with this nice little black to glass gradient. This is not only with the dynamic island, but also other AI elements, even at the bottom, or with Mac OS as well. This is a new sort of identity that they're giving to pop-ups or to models. This might expand to more elements in the future, but for now, we got to see this more with AI elements. All the other notifications and everything stay the same. They're also incorporating this into graphical elements. You'll see this on their website. We saw this with the keynote, where the text elements had this nice little gradient in the background merging with black, which looks good. It's not new. It's not something that they've pioneered for the first time, this text look, but the whole mask text actually looks really nice. The new Siri was talk of the town, was the major highlight. This will have a dedicated app now. That means every time it pops on screen while long pressing the power button, kind of similar to Google Gemini on Android devices, if we swipe up or swipe down, we will get a nice little interface, quite similar to something like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, etc., where a chat window often expands into the whole UI. You'll have a chat box at the bottom where you can actually chat and text with the AI model, or you can talk live speech. This is much more intuitive now because it can recognize things on screen. If you're browsing something or you're looking at an image, it will recognize what you have. They are also announcing a new search in tangent with the AI. Now on Apple devices by default, it is going to scan things like messages, photos, browser, notes, etc., and is allowing you to do actions on it using either AI or just command or just putting up a simple command. So if you want a bunch of actions being taken place in context to search results, you can do that. Apple's Spotlight on Mac is also getting a major update with this. The look of Spotlight is very similar to that of Siri AI. You can type in any application and it normally comes up like it did earlier. But with Mac Golden Gate, you can also just keep on typing like you would with an AI, and it automatically switches to Siri AI. So you can just talk to it and a window pops up with all the answers. Another crazy design update is with image recognition and generation. Now you can generate wallpapers from existing images. So if an image is a square, you can expand it beyond that square quite a bit. With proper image recognition, it recognizes the environment, tries to rebuild an expanded image. You have image expansion options now inside the Photos app as well as the Wallpaper app. Custom wallpapers are now a thing, so you can ask the AI to make a wallpaper for you, maybe like a mountain or a cartoon or a filter or something. You can do that as well. You can tweak images now and rotate images on sort of a 3D axis with spatial image expansion in a way, where if you've taken an image from the left angle, you can expand it a bit with the spatial models and it will try and move around it on a different 3D angle or a 3D axis. Talking about spatial, well, they are introducing Siri into this nice little 3D bubble. So the Vision OS will now have this 3D spatial Siri that moves around and you can put it or place it on a table and things like that. The design and the implementation of this is absolutely beautiful. It's all come together pretty well. Apple is now competing with the likes of Claude and Anthropic when it comes to interacting with your computer. Siri will now be able to interact with your computer, the agent, almost like the AI agents on other platforms. You can access files, folders, text messages, emails, etc., all with these AI agents, and you can do multiple tasks. Now, they didn't showcase multitasking as such. Yes, Figma is now going to be connected to Xcode. That means the Figma MCP server will now be accessible with Apple's Xcode. So if you're a developer on Apple, you can go back and forth seamlessly between Figma and Xcode. Command Figma through Xcode if that makes more sense. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. My camera ran out of battery, so I'm just quickly shooting this with voice. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe for design content like this every single week. If you want to stay updated in the design world, my channel is a must subscribe to. And I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, take care. God bless.